What's happening? It's your big dog G-Funk, doing my damn thing like I do each and every Friday night. I hope you're having a great and safe Friday wherever you may be. If you're tuning in on the live stream right now, tap in with us, give a comment, say what's up, give a wave, do whatever it is you can do, all right? So, today is Funny Fridays, and as promised, like I said, as you can see, I have the lovely Miss Jackie Pearl in the house. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. This is fun.
Yeah.
Social contact.
Yeah.
Live social contact.
Yeah, man. We
Yeah.
said to hell with it. We're just going to do it because we have to. You know, we got to do this.
Gotta entertain.
Yeah, man.
It's in our
Yeah.
blood.
So, if you didn't know, this lady has been doing comedy for how long?
It was 3 years on March 12th.
Okay. And
Minus the 4 months of this year that
Okay.
we've been in lockdown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, when I see you on stage, I don't think 3 years. I think like maybe 15.
Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, at least 15, because of the way that you have your delivery and the way that you can relate to audiences and the way that the audience feels you when you go up on stage. You know what I mean?
You're gonna make me cry.
No, I'm being genuine right now. You feel me?
I've never known you not to be.
Yeah, man. So 3 years, that's great. So COVID is in the house, as we know.
Not in this house right here, though.
No, not in this house. No, we cool. We got our hand sanitizer and everything.
Yeah.
We're all good. But, COVID is in the country.
Mic
and
covers.
It's fucking everything up for everybody as far as entertainment goes. I mean, it really is messing up a whole hell of a lot. So what we're doing is I'm bringing on the comedians that I love and some that I don't love, but I got to bring them because I got to show them love. On the Flava show, and we're just gonna feature these comedians, and we're gonna feature everybody, and we're gonna try to get everybody on here, and we're gonna try to get everybody some time so that way they can showcase their talent, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, I mean, what do you think about this virus?
I really don't know what to think. I think it's real.
Yeah.
I know it's real.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind, basically, and it's crazy. And whenever a new virus comes out, whether it's AIDS in the 80s or whatever it is, they don't know what the heck they're doing for the longest time.
No.
And viruses change, so
They do.
I'm concerned about it enough to wear my mask all the time. You know,
I do too. I wear mine everywhere I go, even when I'm driving.
Yeah, I got one in the car and one in my purse, so that way wherever I am, I've been in and out of places, but I don't want to go where there's crowds. I don't want to go outside. Fine, I'll go to the river. I'll hang out with a couple of friends. We'll go have lunch and kayak or whatever. But none of this inside stuff. And they don't know what's going to happen in 20 years.
No.
I mean, chickenpox, for instance, you can get shingles 25 years later, right?
Exactly. Ooh, shingles. I heard that's deadly.
And it's from the chickenpox virus, you know. So they don't have any idea what this COVID stuff is going to do.
Exactly. And you touched on something a second ago. I can't remember exactly what you said, but you were saying that nobody knows exactly what's going on, and nobody knows how it's spread, and people really don't know how it's spread. Oh, and you were saying, I believe it. There are a lot of people that say they don't believe that the disease is real. They don't believe that you can actually get COVID. They think that it's just some kind of conspiracy from the government. And the fact that it's there is only because of the government, and it's not a real deal. I'm here to tell you it's absolutely real, people. So make sure you wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distancing, please.
I come home, if I have to go out to a store or something, I come home, I strip naked, throw everything in the washing machine. Right there. I take my shoes and scrub the bottom of them. If I've got something, a purse, I wash the bottom of it. Anything I touch, I'm wiping everything down.
That's right. You have to.
You have to. Yeah.
Nowadays, I mean, you can't be too safe.
It's insane to me that people think the entire world shut down as a conspiracy.
Right.
Like not just the U.S., but the entire world as we know it shut down. That's who orchestrated this. What's anybody getting from it?
Right. And it's not Trump. So, that's what people are saying. Oh, it's a Trump disease. Trump did this. No, he's not that smart, unfortunately.
No, he's not that smart. He will try to profit off it, and he will try to, maneuver his way, and now he's talking about holding up the elections. shutting down the post office and not letting us vote by mail and whatever he can do to benefit from it. Because the guy's a snake.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Bastard. I can't wait till he's out of there.
Don't forget to vote. Wash your hands and
vote. Big pink bastard.
Seriously, remember last 3.5 years ago when everybody's like, "There's no way this guy's gonna win."
Right.
He won.
He won.
Don't let it happen again.
Do not let it happen again.
Vote.
Please get your vote on, people.
Go register right now. The election is in less than 100 days.
Oh man.
Less than 100 days. You've got,
gonna.
I think 97 days to register.
That's gonna come up quick.
Very quick.
Man, wow. I mean, we're gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be the election already.
So go register right now. Not right now, but as soon as this show is over.
Yeah. So speaking of shows, just in case you're just tuning in, this is hyperadio.com. Flava show on your screen and coming through to your Instagram right now. I got Jackie Pearl right here hanging out. Very, very funny comedian. She's doing the damn thing. Now, do you have any shows coming up?
I had a show in Hollister next Friday, actually outdoor, and they just shut it down. The city there just shut it down. Because,
really?
Yeah, I think they're having too many COVID cases. So that one was canceled.
Wow.
I did a show on Wednesday night in Rockland at the Pink Martini.
How'd that go?
It was epic. It's all outdoors. It's a huge outdoor thing. They only sold about half capacity tickets.
Okay.
People were required to wear masks.
Okay.
Like I said, it was outdoors, and they had, faraway seating, and it was a really good show. That's put on by Marcus Magnum.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Mangum. Yeah. Mangum is a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I got to get him on the show too. By the way.
Yeah, do.
Yeah, definitely, because I want to talk to him about that room, because that room, I've heard of it, and I heard that it's really good. So I would talk to him about that.
He's sold out the last 4 shows, and he does it every other Wednesday, I think.
Wow. Yeah, he wanted to get me to come out and DJ for it one time.
Okay.
But I didn't really want to drive all the way out there, for what he was offering me. So maybe we can renegotiate.
Yeah.
That would be great. So all right. So yeah, the Martini, that's dope. Do you have anything else coming up, like in the future?
Everything I had on the books has been canceled. I was supposed to do a comedy festival. I was supposed to. I had things booked through September when this whole thing started out. I mean, maybe not every weekend, but I had things booked through September, and everything's canceled. So I've been doing Zoom shows.
All right.
I've been doing Zoom shows.
Zoom shows are popular.
Yeah, I hated it at first. It's not stand up, you guys.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
But so I did 2 of them, and I just hated it because you don't get that. You don't get the interaction with the crowd.
Exactly. You don't get that immediate response from whatever it is you're saying.
So then I started doing like workshops, like joke writing workshops, and hanging out with comics and just kind of riffing stuff off online.
Okay.
And I kind of got used to the platform, and now I don't mind not. It's really a good workout for your brain, jumping on and just kind of refreshing your stuff, and writing some new stuff.
Yeah.
On open mics, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the nice thing about Zoom is you can be on a show with people all around the world.
Wow. Yeah.
I've done shows with people in Australia, Japan, Ireland. There was one show I did that had one of the writers from Conan on it.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Whoa.
And I was like, you better do all right on this 5 minutes you got here.
For real. Because Conan, a writer from Conan, man, he can take you places.
So there's all kinds of people you can meet that, I would have to be doing this for 25 years to get to that point where I was doing comedy with people like that.
Okay.
So it opens up some avenues. The network's there. You get to know new rooms. I've met people in New York, Texas. I want to, when the roads open up and the world opens up, I'll go visit them.
When the world opens up, hurry up and open up, please.
Well, everybody wear your mask, and maybe we can get rid of this.
Wear your mask. Open up, world. We need you.
We need you.
Man, I'm telling you. And you need to laugh. That's another thing. Laughter is the best medicine. So you need to laugh. So make sure that you adhere to all of the guidelines that are set in place for you to do today.
Yeah.
All right. So where's your favorite place to do stand-up?
My favorite place
I know that you have to think about that one.
Probably, I love laughs. Unlimited.
Okay.
I love. Have you seen what Jenny's doing down there?
Yes.
Putting everything outside, having silent shows where the folks wear the headphones. I love that. She's so innovative.
Yeah, she is. She's great.
Both Punchline, SAC and SF are a blast to do.
Okay.
I like to do. I love Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis.
Oh wow!
Great place. They do an open mic on Monday night, and there's 385 people in the audience.
Seriously?
Well, not now, but almost every Monday night.
Wow, for an open mic.
For an open mic, and they have headliners coming in, just working out, 3-5 minutes of stuff. They want to work out for shows. And yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah,
that's a fun club.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I like San Jose.
All right.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz, that's the, what is it? Don't tell me. Something Nest.
There's no, comedy, the Comedy Lab.
Oh, the Comedy Lab.
And,
okay.
Blue Lagoonies.
Blue Lagoonies. All right.
Cree and DNA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, out of all of those, you still have to pick a favorite, though.
All right. Let's say...
And this is not a favoritism thing, people.
No.
It's not like she's not going to go anywhere else.
Right.
But, there's always a favorite that, that you have. Like, for me, I'll tell you mine. It's a spot in Oregon, Bend, Oregon, all right, in a casino. I forgot the name. I think it's called Bar 101.
Okay.
But it's my favorite spot to do comedy because the Coast Guard comes out and they're in the audience, and the people in the audience always are very receptive, and they put my video up there along with Rick Polito's video up there. So we both had our videos up there. For the longest time, they show nothing but love. So yeah, Bar 101, Oregon, Bend, you gotta go.
All right, I would say then it is probably the Savage Henry Comedy Club in Eureka, California.
All right, see, there you go.
Because the people there are so starved for comedy, and they show up, and there's a lot of female comics up there, and they're doing great things and running mics, and they're just so open and welcome. They also put out a magazine that I write for. It's the Savage Henry Comedy Club magazine, and it's all about comedy. So. I should have brought you one. I may have one in my trunk.
We should have led in with that.
Yeah. But I would say that's probably my favorite place to be. And they do a comedy festival every year.
Oh, really?
Usually in October.
Okay.
We're waiting to see if it's going to happen this year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but they've been innovative too. They're now doing an outdoor comedy mic in their parking lot.
Everyone's doing the outdoor thing.
It's great. Have you heard about these drive-in movie theaters?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. They're finding drive-in movie theaters, and on days when there aren't movies showing, they do comedy, and folks sit in their car, and instead of clapping and hollering, they turn the lights on or honk the horn. And totally safe distancing, and it's a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't done one yet, but I would like to.
I'd like to too. We should roll together.
We should.
Do one, man.
All right.
Why
you hear
not?
that?
Why not? We should go together and do one. Once again, this is the Flava Show. This is hyperadio.com. It's your big dog Defunct. That's Jackie Pearl, and we're hanging out right now, just talking some comedy, talking some life, talking some coronavirus. Oof. It's rough, man. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you wave to us, say hello, and spread the love. One time on the Instagram, Gram, and of course on YouTube. Do that because we need the likes and we need the love. All right. So, who's your favorite female comedian? I gotta ask you this.
Okay. Right now, performing, I love Kathleen Madigan.
Okay.
She's just so down homey. She's somebody I could bring my mom to come see.
Right.
She's so Midwestern.
Right.
I grew up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I lived there till I was 18, so I can relate to her kind of family stories. And she's very much an observational storyteller like I am.
Right.
So she's my favorite female comedian right now. Of all time, it's got to be either Phyllis Diller or I Love Lucy.
Yes.
Lucille Ball. She's brilliant.
Lucille Ball,
Oh my! And both of those women, in spite of how goofy and silly, were absolutely gorgeous, brilliant women.
Yes.
You know.
They were.
Yeah. So there's my picks there.
Now I was taking a look at your attire, and this shirt you're wearing. You got to tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, this is a shirt that. All right, here's the deal. I lived in Honolulu for 33 years.
33 years.
33 years. Island. My kids were born and raised there. They'd never lived anybody else. They lived the island life. When my daughter was 15 and a half, we moved to Rockland, California.
All right.
Which is probably one of the whitest places I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, it's a little white.
Not a big island flavor there, you know. Not a lot of brown people.
No,
unless they're working in people's yards.
Yeah, it's a little white.
A lot of Trump signs. Not a lot of aloha there.
It's Trump country.
So we moved there, and my daughter met some people. Which 15's a hard time to. She was a sophomore in high school, and she met some people. But she kind of always gravitated towards the people who looked like they were from the island. And she was at the skate park in Rockland one night, evening, 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
And she was with another white girl, black girl, and two probably Mexican boys, mixed race boys.
Okay.
And they were just hanging out. They weren't drinking, they weren't smoking, they weren't doing nothing. They were just skating. Isn't that why they built skate parks? Parks for the kids
so people can skate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cops came up and started harassing them.
Really?
And the cops told the two white girls to go home and kept harassing the other 3 kids.
Oh.
The black girl and the 2 mixed.
Really?
Asking them, were they just in the convenience store up there? Could they, show them in their backpacks? Told the 2 white girls to go home. My daughter, her head just about exploded. She was so mad. So she got really mouthy with the cops.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't raise a coward. And I got a call from the cops, which you never want. It's a new town. You got a 15-year-old kid.
Right.
Fuck. So I get in my car and I drive down, and the 2 white, my daughter and her other friend were there, and they said they won't leave them alone. We can't leave. And I said, you're right, we can't. So we sat there for probably 45 minutes until the cops released them to us.
Oh, wow.
And I brought them home, and the cops. But my daughter came home, and on just an 8.5 by 11 computer paper, she drew this design. So it was drawn with a permanent marker.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this so you can see it.
Yeah, definitely.
She was so mad that she spent like 2 hours in her room just screaming and crying, and she'd never had a run-in with the cops in Hawaii all her life like that. Usually it's like, you lost your surfboard, let me help you find it.
Right.
Most of the yeah. So she drew this and she brought it into me, and I said, that is freaking phenomenal. And it's been on my wall in my bedroom next to my computer, like my wall of inspiration ever since.
Yeah.
And when George Floyd was murdered, and all this stuff started going down, and we've had all these protests and stuff, I was talking with her, and we said, look, we should make a shirt of this.
Yeah.
Let's make a shirt. It's a beautiful design.
Yeah.
It's got a real story. And so we went to Sacramento Made. I don't know if you know who they are, but they do local printing. Okay. They do a lot of they're huge advocates and allies, huge. So they do, it's 100% cotton.
All right.
They use all U.S. labor.
Really?
But no prison labor. See, when they say U.S., a lot of U.S. labor made in the USA is prison labor.
Yes.
They don't fuck with that.
Yes.
So they're a little bit more expensive. They're about $12 to make, and we're selling them for $25.
Oh, okay.
And all the proceeds are going to Black Zebra Production.
Black Zebra Productions. Black
Zebra Productions.
All right.
They are on the boots journalists who have covered all of the stuff that's going on in Portland. They're still there. If you when we're done here, go look them up on Facebook and Instagram. Black Zebra Productions.
Black Zebra.
They're locally in Sacramento.
Okay.
It's a husband and wife who started it.
All right.
And now they've got things going on in Sacramento. They've got things going on in Portland. They've got stuff going on in Missouri, Minneapolis.
Wow.
They're going nationwide, and they're journalists on the ground that were covering all these protests. Have been getting arrested.
Oh, what?
arresting a journalist. You know?
Yeah, I mean that never happened before.
No,
Never.
that's this administration.
Yeah.
And so the Sacramento Bee just brought them under their wing and gave them press credentials. So now they're out there with actual press credentials.
Good.
So the dude that I talked to, his name is Joffrey from Black Zebra Production. He's the husband of the husband and wife team.
Okay.
He was picked up in Portland not too long ago, but they had to let him go because SAC gave him the credentials and he was doing his job.
Okay.
But I do want to show you what's on the back of the shirt.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to check this out.
On the back of the shirt, we printed all the names we could find of people who have been killed by the cops, murdered. Breonna's on there, George Floyd's on there, and this is what it looks like. I don't know if I'm in the.
You're in the shot.
Butt out of there. And I will tell you this: we had the list, and things were going down so fast that we had to delay printing for almost 2 weeks because we kept having another name and another name and another name and another name. And now that they've been printed, I think I've got 6 more names to add to it for the next printing.
Man, so it's just gonna keep going all the way down the entire back of the shirt, which is sad. It's very sad.
Exactly. It looks like a concert T-shirt from hell.
Yeah,
you know, it's
very
awful.
sad. Extremely.
But Black Zebra Productions. I mean, so much of the media and news these days is just sensationalism and bullshit.
Yes.
And they are there live on the ground so you can actually see what's happening. So we need that. We've got to, people need to know.
Absolutely. That shirt is dope. The message is dope.
Yeah.
And I got one, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I will be wearing mine.
Proudly.
I'll be wearing mine next week on the Flava Show, so make sure that you tune in for that. And
you got D. Tyler and
I got D. Tyler coming next week and Cole Black
coming next week. I like both those guys.
Yeah, so they're going to be joining us, so make sure you tune in for that too. But we're still here with Jackie Pearl though, so she hasn't left yet, and so we're still talking to her about comedy and life and COVID.
Yeah.
Because COVID is real. Remember, wash your hands, social distance, wear your mask, and just listen to the rules. Because if you don't, you might end up 6 feet under, which is terrible. But you might end up there. You don't want to be there. Trust me. All right. Yeah, man. So, what made you want to start doing comedy anyway? Of all things, I mean, you've been doing it 3 years. But what made you decide to get up there with a microphone and say, "Hey, I'm going to make people laugh"?
I think for most comics, it starts with some tragedy or depression or. I was married for 25 years.
All right.
And I left my husband.
All right.
And I decided to move to California because my son had just gotten into UCLA.
Okay.
And we were paying out-of-state tuition.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was no way I could afford to
Hell no, that's big bucks.
Huge. 52,000 a year.
52,000 a year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I moved to California, and in 6 months he had in-state tuition, and it was $12,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah. So I knew I had to move to California, but I didn't know anybody in California except for one of my best friends from Hawaii. She was born and raised in Hawaii.
Okay.
And her husband and 3 kids who were kind of raised they're almost my kids' age.
Yeah.
So they were like cousins in Hawaii. I made birthday parties, Christmas, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And she lived in Rockland, which is why I ended up there.
Oh.
And she's like, just move here. You got to be in California. Just establish residency. You can figure out where you want to go from here. Just do it. And so I moved to an apartment in Rockland, and just basically sat in my tiny little 2-bedroom apartment and cried for 6 months.
Really? Oh,
I moved from Hawaii, where all my friends are, where my life was, where. I've got a 15-year-old kid who's trying to adjust. It was a miserable freaking time.
Right.
And there's only so many nights a week I can go sit in my best friend's living room and cry.
Yeah.
She's got a family of her own. She's like, fun. So I started, I've always loved comedy.
Yeah.
And I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I mean, I've published books, and I've written a lot of humorous pieces and articles, and so I've always written comedy, but I've never performed it.
Well, how long have you been writing?
I majored in journalism in college. I've been, I wrote my own speeches, and I was in speech in college. I was in debate in high school. So I've been writing since, writing. I was the editor of my yearbook.
Yeah.
So I've been writing since high school.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
And
about
I just
you.
turned 55 years old, so I'm an old person.
Does she look? No, she don't look 55
See the
at
wrinkles?
all.
See the wrinkles?
At all. No. No. Nope.
Yes, on April Fool's Day.
Oh.
But COVID birthday this year. But no, so I literally sat in my room and I was doing, I didn't know anybody. And when your daughters, when you got little kids, you have to go to school functions. When you've got a 15, 16-year-old, you don't meet any parents.
No.
My parents, honest to God, that I met there, they were like, I don't want to hang out with
you don't want anything to do
and
with
you
them.
don't want to hang out with me, trust me, because I'm going to stick my foot in your mouth if you keep. But anyway, so I sat there, and my mother called me up and she said, "You've got to watch the show on Netflix." And I said, "Okay, what is it?" And she said, "It's called Frankie and Grace."
Okay.
Do you know it?
No.
It's Jane Fonda.
All right.
And Lily Tomlin.
Okay.
Okay. Love Lily Tomlin.
Right.
Adore her. She's just been, she's another groundbreaker.
Okay.
She just a female comedian doing sketches on, in the 70s on air.
Yes.
A gay female comedian.
Yeah,
She's been with her partner for 50 years.
No, but was she out though when she
was
first
not
started?
out back. Oh. Well, she was, one of those everybody knew in Hollywood. But you're not.
Yeah.
You're not advertising.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Elton John not out where I'm gonna go marry somebody the other opposite sex.
Right.
So it was a well-known secret.
Okay.
In her circles.
Yeah.
But she had to be careful because that could wreck a career back then.
Exactly. That's why I asked if she was out or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I watched it, and the first scene, and for those of you who haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm not really ruining anything. It's two women. Jane Fonda is kind of, Audrey Hepburn, kind of, prim and proper.
Yeah.
And Lily Tomlin is this pot-smoking, hippie dress-wearing. And they have to deal with each other a lot because their husbands have been law partners for 45 years.
Okay.
So they hate each other. Absolutely hate each other.
Oh.
So the four of them go out to dinner one night. And the men tell the wives that they're divorcing both of them.
Really?
Because the two men they're gay and they've been lovers for the last 35 years and they want to get married.
Oh, wow.
And I watched it and I laughed so damn hard because the whole thing's hilarious but tragic. And I said, oh my God, my life is not that awful. Get your shit together, Jackie.
It always helps when you can find something that's worse than what you're going through.
Perspective.
And, perspective. 100%.
Yeah. So I said, I really love live comedy. I just need to go out and watch. So I started going to Laughs and Punchline and I met some people. I never thought I would do it myself, not in a million years, but I knew I loved it. I knew I felt so much better when I went out and laughed and came home.
Yes.
It clears some energy from you.
Yeah, that's why I was saying laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah. So I met some people there and I said, I need to go find something I can do to meet people. So I'm going to take a comedy class, which I know is very frowned upon often in comedy circles. But I knew that if I didn't sign up, pay my money, and commit to being there, I would never, ever try it.
Yeah.
So I did it at Blacktop Comedy Club, which you've heard has shut down.
Yeah, I heard.
So sad.
Yeah.
But I did my little 3-week comedy course, and at the end, they had a showcase with all the comics who were there, and it was Keith Lowell Jensen.
Keith, all right. Yeah.
And he had hired some pretty big headliners, to come in, feature in a headliner, and packed out the whole big room at Blacktop.
Oh, wow.
So the first time I did comedy was in front of probably 150 people.
Okay.
And I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
And I just said, this is such a rush. And I go back to Honolulu, not anymore because we're shut down and they're shut down. But, I used to, every 3 to 6 months. Because my 2 older kids still live there.
Okay.
And the last time I went back, which was almost a year ago in August.
Right.
I was supposed to go back earlier this year, but that didn't work out. It's the first time that I was there for almost 2.5 weeks, and I thought, I'm ready to go back to Sacramento.
Okay.
I'm going to visit, as much as I can Hawaii, but
yeah.
I love the comics in Sacramento. They have become family. I have my squad. I have my crew.
Yes.
I have people who have, I don't know if I'd be dead if I hadn't. Seriously, I probably wouldn't because I got 3 kids. But I was so depressed, and I'm not a depressive person.
Oh.
It was a circumstantial depression. It was yeah. So that's how I got into comedy.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I've never had anybody go in that much in depth into how they got started in comedy, which is why I asked you that, because I knew that you would put it down. I knew you would. I gotta say what's up to the people right now on Instagram who are commenting right now. What's up, you guys? How you doing? My eyes are bad and I got these dark ass glasses on, so I can't
see that
really
far
see the
either.
names. But we love y'all.
We'll look at them later and shout out.
And thank you guys for commenting. We really appreciate that. Okay, so Jackie Pearl is in the house. This is hyperadio.com. This is the Flava Show.
Flava Show.
And you were going to ask me something?
I want to ask you, can I tell you the second part of that comedy story?
Sure, why not? We got time.
Okay. So here's the deal. In January of 2019.
Okay.
One of my friends who's a comic, I don't know, Tom Baum's been here. You know Tom Baum.
Tom Baum, yeah.
You know Tom Baum.
Yeah.
Okay. He's one of my best friends. I adore him. And I know his mom. I know his grandma. He's just, yeah. And anyway, his mom, Lily Tomlin, was playing in San Jose at the community theater there, about 4,000 seat theater.
Yeah.
And that's what she wanted to do for her birthday. She's a year older than me.
Oh, okay.
So Tom called me up. He's in Vegas, and he says, Jackie, that's really what my mom wants to do. How about I come to SAC, pick you up, we go pick up my mom and a bunch of her friends, take her, that'd be awesome. I said, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we take her down there, 4,000 seat theater. Lily Tomlin, she's 82 years old.
Okay.
She did a 2-hour one-woman show.
At 82 years old, 2 hours.
Up and downstairs doing all of her old stuff, the operator one from the old, doing I forget the character's name, the little girl in the chair, the big chair.
Okay.
All that. It was amazing.
Wow.
And that's all Tom's mom wanted to do.
Okay.
We were there with Tom Baum, Tom Baum's mom, and Tom Baum's mom's mom.
Okay.
But and a bunch of other friends. But anyway, so when you walked in, they had these big buckets and index cards and pens, and you could write her a question. At the end of it, she was going to do a Q&A.
Really?
So I wrote down as many questions as I could. One, choom, another, choom, because she's kind of the reason I started comedy. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And at the end of the show, the first card she picks out of the bucket was mine.
Uh-oh.
And she read it and she answered it on stage. I was in heaven. I was just like, oh my God. So I walked out of the theater after it was over.
Yeah.
And I found the theater manager. And I said, look, I just want to say you did a great job putting on the show. It's a beautiful theater. I said, my card was the first one she picked out. It's still up on the stage. I can see it there. She's backstage. Would you just ask her if she would sign it? Just ask her. I'm not going to bother her. I'm a new comic from Sacramento. Right. And, this is all we wanted to do. All Tom's mom wanted to do was come listen to Lily Tomlin for the night. And he's a comic from Vegas. And would you just ask her? And he's all, she's got a car waiting.
Yeah.
She's a busy lady. This is Lily freaking Tomlin, Yeah. And I said, I get it, but, just, would you ask her? He said, I'll be right back. So he walked down the stairs. About 10 minutes later, he came back. No card. And so I knew the answer was no. And I said, thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. I thank you so much. It was a great show. And I turned to get ready to go, and he goes, no, she wants to meet you in her dressing room.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So me, Tom Baum, and Tom Baum's mom, because he's like, are all these people with you? And I'm like, no. He's a comic. He comes with me. She got the tickets. She's coming with us.
Yeah.
And I said, just the 3 of us. And I got to spend probably it felt like 2 seconds and an hour and a half at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was probably somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes in her dressing room, and I got to tell her that story.
Oh, wow.
About how I started comedy.
And what did she say?
She hugged me. She made me cry.
Oh.
She signed the card. She said, "You remind me of a really good friend of mine." And I said, I could be a really good friend of yours. Please let me be a really good friend of yours.
Yeah.
And so I'll send you those pictures, but I've got pictures of her signing my card and hanging out, and it was just such a full circle that it made it feel like I was in the right place.
Yeah.
Serendipity, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to say thank you for coming and hanging out on the Flava Show.
I love it here.
Yeah. You're always welcome to come back.
Awesome.
Anytime you want to. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. You guys are always welcome to follow and click and like and all of that good stuff for hyperadio.com and the Flava Show, and please do that each and every time you get an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Pearl.
And if you do want one of these shirts, like I said, hit me up. It's Pearl Jackie on Instagram. It's Jackie Pearl on Facebook, and I will get them out to you.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Flava Show, hyperadio.com. You know how we do it, baby.
Ooh.